Hey, trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. I'm gonna give YouTube a chance to get settled in and come on. So I'm gonna give it a second. I'll go ahead and set up my screen while I'm waiting. Because what do I want to share? Oh, yes. Shout out to what's happening. Let me see here. Let me see here. Oops. Mhm. Hold on. Share that. But yeah, shout out to what's happening. Okay, I see YouTube is telling y'all, hey, so hey, beautiful Miami J, Demi Bell, hey, Mama Bees, Shirley Terry, my Leo sis, how you doing? Hold on, what do I want to do with this? You know what? Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Hey, Janice. Or is it Janice? Hey, sound check Annette. Yay! I got on the Wicked glasses, Demi. Yes. Good morning, Professor Purple Queen. Yeah. So let me tell you what I have notes, and I had a tone that my notes were taking, and I say, you know what? Let me watch Melody's video first and see if this will temper my tone, because sometimes we'll see how it goes after we listen to her talk about her dream. This will be my first reaction. I didn't get to see it when she was live, so shout out to what's happening for capturing it so I can watch it. But a trendy, maybe a day or so, left a comment under my appeal video being denied, and she was like, trending, I really think you need to be listening to Mel speak about her dream. I feel like you can relate. Just go watch it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I was like, I'm gonna watch it with my fellow millimeters. And then I'm gonna also maybe if I still feel led after hearing her speak about her dream, uh address something as well, because I feel like people think when you are level, most of the time you're level, you don't necessarily talk loud all the time. You don't always have a confrontational way about you. They think that you won't say something when things bother you. And so I may have something to say, but we'll see after I watch her dream, because God, you might be like, no, that's why you're supposed to watch this. So let me watch it, and then we'll see where we go from there. I also, of course, am back to, of course, give gratitude and say thank you to y'all. So I have my notes, but we're gonna watch Melody's dream first, or her talk about her dream, and go from there. Let me check my audio. Okay, yeah, I gotta change my mic. Hold on. This one should let y'all hear the audio of what's happening in this video better. Good morning, D. Peace, love, light, Kingston. Hey, Kingston. Sister, mom, granny, niecey D. Hey, Brenda. All right, so let's start out on a note and see how this goes. So I'm very excited to hear about this. So let's see. All right. Again, shout out to what's happening. It's the way that we rock when we doing our thing. La la la.
First of all, if y'all saw my post, I'm sorry that I'm a little bit late because it's a little past 9. But I've got to go read to the babies this morning. Actually, I got to be there at 10. So I was still getting ready. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Glad y'all are here. I firmly believe that everybody that's supposed to be here is who is here. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be. So I posted this morning on my story, and I want to share with you guys in hopes that this will encourage some of you. And the reason I'm sharing it is because in my dream, I literally, after having this experience, so for one, I feel like God visited me in my dream last night or in the wee hours of the morning, whenever it took place. And in the dream, I was having a whole experience with him in the dream. And as he was talking to me, I was trying to gather myself because I was literally in tears. I was literally trembling, and I was trying to gather myself, trying to tell the people what he was saying. But it was so, mm, it was so powerful that I found myself, and I'm going slow with this because I do believe in, as the Bible says, tell a dream as a dream. So you don't add and you don't take away. In the dream, I was down on my knees on my face, and God was speaking to me. And I was trying to pass on what he was saying, but it was so powerful that I myself was trying to gather my tears, gather the trembling of just what he was giving me. And so when I woke up, I had that same feeling. And if you've ever, I don't know how many of y'all on here are dreamers. Some of y'all on here may be dreamers too. But if you've ever experienced waking up and literally feeling that same thing, I was still in tears. I still felt that just trembling of the experience when I woke up. So here's what it is. God he said in the dream, I am the Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning. I'm going to try not to cry because I can't mess my makeup, but y'all, it was so powerful. Oh, and that's what I'm saying. I still can feel what I felt in my dream. He said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and I am the end. Nothing starts without me. Nothing moves without me. And nothing can end without me. And until God says go, there is no end. And y'all, when I tell y'all who I see, my makeup artist gonna get all upset with me, but I'm sorry. It was so powerful. Okay. And this is what I was experiencing in my dream. I was trying to tell the people, but it was like the presence was so strong. The encounter was so strong and so real. But let me tell you, I'm still gonna pass on to y'all. And again, may it encourage somebody. May it remind somebody. But what I'm telling you is God said, I am the Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and I am the end. Nothing begins without me and nothing ends without me. Everything has to go through me. So, I don't care if it is the beginning of a job, a career, if it is the beginning of a new life, if it's the beginning of a new spiritual walk, it begins with the Alpha and Him alone. And if it's the ending of something, the ending of a career, the ending of a cycle, the ending, it ends with the Omega. And God said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Again, everybody who's supposed to be on here and get this word is who's here. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I'm sorry. In all things acknowledge Him. Absolutely. I love y'all. God bless you. May that word resonate with you today like it has resonated with me. And so after I woke up, I remembered this song, and y'all, I had to Google because I couldn't even remember who sang it. I couldn't remember. I just remembered the part that was in my spirit, which was an Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. You're my strong tower, My dearest and best friend. You were there when I was lonely. So I couldn't remember, but I knew that part of the song. And I Googled it and I found it, and I've been playing it all morning. And I put it on my story for y'all so y'all can go listen to it too. But anyway, happy Monday. I love y'all so much. God bless y'all. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Stay in the fight. Remember that God is the Alpha and the Omega. All right. Love y'all.
Ooh, okay. I have taken that in a few ways. And as she said, if you're a dreamer, and y'all, when I tell you a girl's a dreamer, some of y'all were here when I told you I tried to ask one of my pastors one time about my dreams and helping me interpret them and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell y'all a few things that came to mind as she is saying this. Humans do have free will, but for me, what resonates is that still free will can only go sometimes so far. Now, I still struggle with, you know, like asking God, like, why do innocents have to be harmed though? Like, I mean, I know we have free will, but like, like I wish was more intervention and stuff like that. That's my own spiritual, personal questions that I have for God a lot. It's just like the people, it's obviously children, those who can't defend themselves, incapacitated people, stuff like that. Why do they have to suffer at all? Is usually one of the things I struggle with, in the sense of like I just like and I understand everybody has their own resolution they may have come to that has made them feel comfortable, but for me, like that's just one of my things. Like I constantly just like I need, but even with that, I do believe that he like there's still only so far people can go. Um, and unfortunately, there's tests and lessons that some of us are meant to go through, stuff like that. Whether it's so you're the light for someone else, or unfortunately, you're the example of what not to do to somebody else. Sometimes you're someone else's lesson. And if they're wise, they'll choose to learn it through you instead of repeat what you do and have to learn it the hard way. Um, but it's resonating with me on him being the alpha and omega. It almost also takes the responsibility of, I know faith without works is dead, so you still have to use wisdom and you still have to do your part in your own life. That's why we have free will. But I also know that everything doesn't have to be under your control, which actually can be a relief to you sometimes, because it's not just up to your will and what you're doing. And I'm saying this on a spiritual level of more than one religion, because I have friends that are not Christians, but I believe that the spirituality that I grew up Christian. The spirituality that I follow is that I do still believe in God, but I also believe that a lot of times it's almost like the story of God is told in different ways, different languages. I also believe that any spirituality that leads you not to not harm others and try to do right by others, I don't. For me, I'm like, I get it. I feel like there's many paths to I don't know. I almost want to say righteousness, but like I don't know if that's the actual word I want to use. I just feel like I put more behind a person that is not in church every day, but they actually are out there helping people. They aren't harming people with their words. They literally show that they want good for humankind, versus someone that is in church every Sunday, but they have the most vile tongue. They are evil. They are trying to tear people down, either through their actions or their words. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm very much off of the acts of a person more than just what you are able to repeat, I guess is my thing. Um, it goes back to what's meant for you is meant for you. And that, like she said, it's nothing begins, nothing ends for, like she said, until God says go. And I understand there's so many, just watching her life, there's so many ways that she had to sit still through some stuff for, and it was layers of stuff overlapping. Not one couldn't end before the next one was beginning. And of course, with Brenda, I saw your comment about you just found out your husband was diagnosed with cancer, and how like you needed to, you needed to hear this message when it was given. And Brenda, of course, you and your husband are in my prayers. Every day, someone's finding out about something that rocks their world. And then there's also good things they're finding out too. It's not all bad, but I understand what you're saying, Brenda. Like the words come at the time, the messages come at the times that you need them. D said, I believe in the divine power of the universe. Some call it God, some Buddha, some Allah. I think, yeah, D, you're kind of saying how, yeah, I'm with you. We're on the same page for sure. And I think I've said somewhere that I also wanted to learn more about our culture and religion pre colonization. So like orishas and things like that. I want to learn more about that. I am learning more about that. Not just want to, I'm reading more about it. And there's just some things when you feel it in your spirit, you feel it in your spirit, not to put pressure on anybody else, but like I definitely am just, I have to judge the weight of what did a person want to pressure me into knowing versus what my spirit honestly wants me to be aware of. And because when I say men, I mean mankind has an agenda. Spirits do not have the, well, I can't say they don't have an agenda. I'll say that people in flesh have agendas and you have to be very careful. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. um hey, beautiful Joyce Miles. Hey, Star Child. I think I am still going to say what I wanted to say in the beginning, because if y'all came in after I started playing Melody's Dream, I was saying that I feel like people think because you are not always confrontational, you're always trying to argue with someone, and you always have to call them out every time you feel they're wrong. If you don't do that, you're either in the eyes of the people that try to treat you a certain way, you're weak, you're fake. Um, I think people use condescending in the wrong way sometimes. I think if you don't do the reaction to their action the way that they thought you should, then you're condescending or fake or whatever. I also wanted to clarify a couple things because I went through. I tried to go through every comment that was left under my letting y'all know what happened about the YouTube appeal being denied from my channel. I wanted to clarify a few things and reinforce a few things that I think some people miss because not everybody's going to have time to go back and hit replay. I get it. So I'm going to try to do this time. And then I'm sorry if I don't respond to a question in the comments, but it's because I'm answering it in the video, and and text can come off cold and neutral, and I don't mean for it to. In fact, I had someone comment under my Instagram, and it was such a cute comment that I made a video out of it. And they were like, Trending, I'm so sorry. I know that, because all she said was, this is what she said. I thought it was the funniest thing. Mr. Trending thought it was the funniest thing, but I think the way I replied must have sounded like I didn't like it. But this is just an example of how you could mean something as like, this is funny, I love it. But to somebody else, that's not how they're reading your text. But she was like, oh, I know Mr. Trend didn't let you go out in them tights, go to the gym in them 7th Avenue beauty tights. And so I posted, I was like, well, first I replied, I said, I didn't get to wear the tights to the gym this time. I said, but I am wearing the tights. I was like, because I work out, and, you got to wash your tights and stuff. But I said, he can't say nothing to me because he out here posting thirst traps. And so I said, he can't say nothing to me. But it might have sounded like I was actually chastising her for thinking he could. But no. This tone is what I meant when I texted. And she was like, I'm sorry, Trina. I know you're independent. And I'm like, no, I thought this was funny. I even made a reply video because I thought her comment was so funny. So that's what I'm saying when I say I probably won't be responding to some comments because it could come off cold, and I don't mean it like that. And y'all are here trying to support me, and I'm not trying to come off like that at all. So hopefully that makes sense on that. But let me clarify some things um, with what I saw. And you know what? I might be skipping around, but I'm gonna make sure I say what I want to say. First of all, thank you to everyone that left an encouraging word in the comment section, which basically anybody that commented, they did. So I'm not saying that there's some to single out. No. Under my video, if you left a comment, I took it as encouraging. Let me be very clear about that. I took that as very encouraging, and I want to say thank you. So this is like almost a reply video to y'all for encouraging me. So thank you very much for that. For the questions I received, one of the common ones I saw was, that's crazy that YouTube didn't tell you what happened with your channel. I want to reiterate that YouTube is vague, but I'm not saying they didn't tell me what happened with my channel. I did not get a copyright strike, hard or soft. I was just straight to demonetization. I still have, Lord willing, for now, I still have access to my channel. I was demonetized with an opportunity to appeal, and I appealed, and they denied it within like 2 hours. That's what happened with my channel. The reason I said my boundary is I'm not going into detail on even though it was a little vague, because unless you're getting a strike, you don't know which video is the issue and all this other stuff, is because the monitoring spirits are here with y'all too. They don't mean you well. And therefore, why would I share the details, not with y'all that are supporting me, but with those monitoring spirits that are sitting in the crowd with y'all and want to know the details so they can either further harm someone else's channel or try another tactic with me had this not worked or whatever it is. That's what I said. I didn't say I have no idea. And if those words came out of my mouth, I will clarify now that I set a boundary of saying I don't want to discuss the details. So if somehow those words came out that I have no idea at all, that's not that is not what I meant to say if I said that. Now I went back and watched myself. I still don't see where I said that, but I also want to say this, and I mean this when I say this. So if it's meant for you, it's meant for you when I say this. Not to y'all, to the monitoring spirits that come along with y'all. So not trendies, not y'all. Thank you for showing your hand. Thank you for kicking me while I was seemingly down, or am seemingly down to you still. Thank you, because what you just did is you freed me from feeling like there's anything else I owe you. And hopefully you're free from feeling like you owe me anything else. So thank you for kicking me while I was down, or, feeling like I was down, because like y'all have said, honestly, it just feels like something greater is coming. And this is a test you have to get through. Are you going to give up? Are you going to keep going? So thank you, because sometimes I'm late, but I'm not wrong. And I have my feelings, and I just have to wait for them. I sit back and I wait to get clarification instead of acting on something I may not really know about. And I kick people into gear or whatever. And then it may have been that it was someone attached to you, and I felt that energy and it wasn't you. But thank you. Thank you. We should all have clarity for those that did it. We should all have clarity on where we stand. And that's okay, because we should all be at peace. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. And that's a wonderful place to be. So you can do your stuff, I do my stuff, and we leave each other at peace. Because I still have not done anything against the ones that were doing the kicking while I was down. I still won't. I actually am enjoying the content I'm making. I'm enjoying the people that end up finding me. Although YouTube don't want to notify anybody, they come find me. Thank goodness. So I appreciate that. And let me say this before I forget. If y'all are still seeing YouTube ads, YouTube will still make money off your videos. Just because you can't doesn't mean YouTube won't. So you're seeing ads. I'm not monetized. In fact, I most likely don't have anything else to say about it, except, I will do what I got to do and keep going. I don't want to give any more details. Again, not because for the ones that honestly care, but because the ones that's sitting alongside the ones, that care, and they don't care. They're just trying to use it for whatever purpose to serve them. And again, just because I'm not confrontational doesn't mean I don't have eyes, I don't have ears, and it doesn't mean I won't say I see you. I see you, I hear you, and it's cool. You're cool on me, I'm cool on you, and that's okay. Let me go, I let you go, we go about our business. It's cool. I've seen, unfortunately, I see these waves of things happening, and I'm not trying to get in anybody's business. And I care about some of the ones that I've seen as things have happened. And there's some that I am neutral on. Now, it's not that I don't wish anything further to happen, but I'm neutral in the sense that I have to conserve my energy for people that don't mean me harm. So I'm just kind of neutral on them. Um, but I need you to know fully, I'm conscious of what you're doing. And I'm talking to the ones that know what they did, not to y'all just that just happen to come in and see what's going on. So I just want you to know that and be free. Let us both be free. It's cool. It's cool. I don't even know why anyone would still be hanging on if they don't care for me. I don't hang on to anyone I don't care for, or I just, and that's what I'm saying, don't care for, because it's not a hatred. It's not even an act of dislike. It's like, hey, I didn't feel as comfortable over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and focus more over here where it feels cool to chill. And that's all it really is. No one's rallying anyone to go and not be around you anymore and all this other stuff. And see, and I have to say, I'm making sure it's not to a singular person, because there's some I know and some I don't know, and I won't know because I don't go over there to know. But when I tell you the sense of relief that I got because of what I do know, I'm thankful. That's more energy I can pour back into something else I'm doing than trying to figure out, I feel this, but I don't know. I feel this, but I don't know. I can let it go because, I appreciate it. Set me free. Set me free. Set us both free. I'm gonna look at y'all's comments and look at my notes to see if I have anything else. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it. I'm not always graceful. And let me say this. I understand how I come off on YouTube. I do come off goofy too, because I like the goofiness, and I come off as Brenda how you see me. But when for instance, just like you, if you have a circle, if you have or one good friend you feel comfortable talking to, you gonna pop your ish to your friend because that's where it should be. Everything don't belong online. So I just want to say, like, again, I do use curse words. Jay told y'all, he was like, Trina be cursing. I use curse words. I do. I'm not a cursing free person. I don't use it a lot because it don't always feel natural coming from me, but I use curse words. Um uh I am not better than anybody else anyone has been exposed to. I just make conscious choices for sure on what I choose to address and the manner I choose to address things when it comes to the internet. I think it's because I never had a chance. Once I got out the house, I went straight to basic training. Straight to basic training. I was 17. I didn't really get to have wild out moments. So I think I'm just more reserved, because it's like that could backlash to this career. That could backlash to this career. So I think it's just always been too much of a risk to indulge in maybe some other things, especially publicly. That's probably one of my biggest factors. And now I feel like it's such a part of my personality. I don't know where it ends on just don't want that reflection on me versus that's not in me. I don't even know, because since I was 17, this is how it's been. So I just want to say, like, I understand that someone that doesn't yell online is not necessarily better than someone that chooses to yell online. I get that. I want you to know I get that. But people will see majority of what you put out there, and this is what y'all see from me. So I'm just saying, I realize that's not every side of me, because every content creator, everyone that turns on the camera is making a choice of what they want to show themselves as. And these choices have had to be made for a long, long time. Hey, Joyce said, facts as I tell you, always keep your cards close to your heart. God has something better in store for you. Keep that crown straight on your head and stay encouraged. Yes, ma'am, Joyce. Demi says, definitely a test trending and you are up to the task. You will prevail. Thank you, Demi. Um, Thank you, Shelly. I pray that everything works out quickly. What the devil meant for harm will turn out good and you will be stronger, better, and make more money. Thank you. Thank you, Smiles for you. I'm going to keep pushing. I definitely will. And I appreciate y'all's support always. Okay, Chan. Chan said, I think you're getting the pressure to come out on the other side of the diamond you are. I receive it. Right, Nisi? Nisi said, I feel this. I'm not confrontational at all, but I see you. Right. And I move accordingly. I never see a good strategist broadcast their moves. They just do the moves, and most times you see the after effects of the moves they made. And I'm telling you now, if a good strategist does broadcast a move, you miss the other 10 because that was the one they were okay with telling you they did. You missed the other ones. Like it's always a reason that a strategist does what they do and how they do it. They're very conscious of what they choose to divulge. Thank you guys, child. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate. Well, my sense of humor is goofy. I love goofy, not like the goofy, like you know how we describe a dusty goofy, like what's your goofy, not them kind of goofy, but like the way I grew up with goofy is like, um, lots of giggles, lots of sense of humor. Uh, sometimes almost laughing at the drop of a dime or something, like like that kind. I appreciate that, Clamp guy. Yes, Brenda, I will. I definitely will. Thank you, Flower Bloom. Shelly said, God is giving you time to focus on you in law school. Well, Shelly, now I didn't commit to law school, but um, we got that real LSAT coming up soon. We gonna see. We gonna see. We are gonna see. Thank you. Hey, classy, sassy, giving you the real or giving you the 411. Thank you. Come on. Okay, Brenda. Brenda said, look, thank you, Brenda. I try to temper that self-deprecation part of me, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Star Child. I love me some you, my casino girl. One of my casino girls. Thank you, Cece. Hey, Kim. Um, Joyce said Joyce has been calling me assistant attorney almost since we did our first lawsuit together. You have a discerning spirit. Your gifts are coming to the forefront. Continue to meditate and ask for clarity. Love you bunches. I sure will. I sure will. I definitely will. Thank you, guys, child. I am happy and blessed of the same that you are here. Like the way y'all have been over here is you can't you can't predict who's gonna come to you. So I'm very grateful for you. Bama girl, I love me some Bama girl back. Yes. So do I have anything else to say? Let's see. Let me look at my notes real fast. If you didn't get a chance to watch Melody talk about her dream, you can watch it with no interruptions and straight to it on What's Happening's channel. And but I feel her. I have woken up with the tears, still feeling the feelings, still feeling like I clearly hear. If it was a voice, I still clearly hear it. It's not gone. I've woken up with just those feelings, whether sometimes it's heavy stuff because you can feel things coming, or something really light because you felt that, or you saw something in your dream. I've woken up Googling terms I've never ever heard in my life before, but in my dream it kept coming because sometimes I can read words in my dream and sometimes I can't. Um, but I know what she's talking about. I know what she's talking about. Don't let anyone else dictate your beginnings and endings. Do not let anyone else dictate that. And I'm gonna say this, not just God the Almighty being the Alpha and the Omega. I'm gonna say God is the Alpha through the Omega, all of it, the beginning, between, and the end. So yeah, someone could do some foul stuff, but most times they only can go so far. And I'll tell y'all something else. My husband tells me all the time. He'll be like, I'll be about to tell him something. He'll be like, before you say it, be careful with your words, because he's like, when sometimes when you speak, some things be happening. And I'm not saying like I am someone that if I say it 100%, some things happen. What I'm saying is that he's noticed over the years, don't say it, because there's just, I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it, but he always asks me, please be careful. Before you say this about something, make sure you're sure. And I can't explain it. It's some things, you keep personal in the house, but it's I am very careful with my words. I'll just say that. For so many reasons, I'm careful with my words. Oh, we have the same birthday? Fight in silence and only roar when necessary. I like that, Brenda. Yes. And our fighting is not going to look like someone else's fighting. My my fighting most times will be the um like someone said, training, go to your plan B, C, D, E. That's my fighting. I don't have to engage with the person that I can tell just wants to pick. I don't have to choose that fight. Most times I'm not going to choose that fight. So I feel you. Yep, through God's child. No, Tirina, not the speaking the bad into the existence. That's not what I'm saying he's talking about. Because I know what you're talking about. That's not what he's talking about. And I'm like, let me be quiet because that might be too personal to share. But I'm not talking about speaking bad things into existence. That's not what I mean. Right. They might slow you down. That's right. Come out bigger and stronger, clamp God. That's right. Hold on. Let me look up Proverbs 18:21. Hold on. Let me take my screen down. Let me see here. Oops. Yes, yes. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Yep, yep. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. But that's all I want to say is that I'm thankful for the encouraging words, and I'm thankful for the people who have freed me from them by showing themselves. And I swear, I had just heard before my channel got demonetized, I had just heard or read something about people will come out and they will show their hand when they think you're down. I had just seen that. But I can tell you what, I when I don't feel sadness and I see who you really are, that means I kind of already knew who you were and I either wasn't just ready to accept it. Because if I feel relieved, that means I already knew, but I didn't want to accept it yet. Yes, back to legal. Oh, I'm coming back to you, Bama girl. Back to legal. So we will actually catch up on Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard today. We also have the Cash App Part 2 lawsuit today. We're still going through that long document. So if you want to join me for that, Tiffany Henyard will be on the Trending at Some Point channel because it's a lot of clips in there. But the Cash App one will be on legal at some point if you want to join me to go over more of that class action lawsuit against Cash App. Bama Girl said, I am a dreamer or visionary. I guess that is the right term. Most of the time, they are warnings. If I remember them, they are to share. I saw 9/11 before it happened. Yeah. If you remember them and you know they're meant for you to share, I hear you. I hear you, Bama Girl. Hey, a woman of strength. That's my boxer right there. So good morning, Trini. I love your commentary, and as always in the bushes. But know this: I decree victory for you over the situation, and in the end, you shall win. So continue to let your light shine. Thank you, Val B. That's my boxer right there. Thank you, Octopus. Leah's grandma. Thank you. It's so much stuff. I've been feeling so tired, but I be missing the interaction with y'all too. Um, God's child, I think if you can get a little bit deeper packing cubes, they're worth it. But those were kind of shallow, and I was like, I like the concept, but I would like a little more space. You might even like the ones where you can vacuum seal it. Those cubes seem better than the ones that I had, just because I had a different expectation of how deep they went. And I could look at the measurements and temper my expectation, but I did not do that. Let me see. Oh, she said Bama girl said she saw her son's accident. Talked to him twice before it happened, wanted to warn him, but God blocked it. I think he wanted me to know he would be all right. I hear you, Bama girl. Hey, Sharon. So ending with this, I'm gonna try to end with this. So y'all, I'm sorry if I don't read the rest of your comments, but thank you very much. I'm gonna end with this. The reason I'm not going into detail is because as y'all watch me that care about me, monitoring spirits watch too. And they want the details for other reasons. And therefore that's why I'm not sharing the details. So that's it. It's not really anything to hide. If it was more like I was maybe not in, because first of all, again, I'm gonna say this, I feel like somebody did something to my channel. I do, but that's still a guess. I don't know. I don't know that for a fact. I feel like somebody did something to my channel, but I don't know what for sure. And if I was maybe like one of these YouTubers that wasn't in a certain like a sector of something, because I had to watch them to figure out how I was gonna try to help myself. So I could have just done it in a more dis uh, detached place, but I can't do that because I know what I know. So that's why it's not to hide from y'all or anything. I just know better, and I would be a fool to put stuff out here knowing that people are waiting to use more things. So that's the only reason. Um, yes, Paulette, I agree. Okay, y'all. Well, I will see some of you when we talk about the Tiffany Henyard updates, and some of you I'll see on Legal at some point for the Cash App lawsuit continuation, and we'll just go from there. But I definitely have enjoyed y'all, and again, whoever wanted to be free, you free. I leave you alone. You leave me alone. All right. All right. Talking to, or I'll talk to y'all later is what I meant to say. All right. Bye, y'all.